Hi, Janelle here with Sheep Hill Herbs. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to another video. Happy to have you here today, and the sun is shining. It is a beautiful November day, and I just want to encourage you that whenever the sun is shining, make sure you get some time outside, as the cold winter months might deter you from going out. The needed vitamin D is essential, plus just the time to connect with nature and whatever plants you have growing. So I wanted to make a video about plants that will continue to have some ability to thrive in the winter, especially if they're covered up, and ones that if you've already had frost, and we've had frost a few nights, they kind of perk up during the day, but eventually when it just stays really cold, they're going to just look dead. The leaves will totally like either turn gray or look like all the water made them soggy looking. So yeah, I'm going to show you some of my plants. I'm going to transplant some into small pots to put inside, so I have more plants inside for the winter time. So please take a moment to like, subscribe, hit the bell button, comment down below, and check out all of my description. I have links for various shops, my own shops like my Etsy shop, my merchandise shop, and links for my newsletter. And I'm just going to remind you that there is still a few days left that you can sign up, or not sign up, but enter my drawing for my giveaway. That is the previous video. I reached 1,000 subscribers a few days ago, and in celebration of that, I'm giving away 3 of my teas and my booklet on making herbal tea. So let's get started. Okay, so this is just like a little garden area here, and this is bee balm. And the bee balm actually kind of came back with some vigor here in the fall, but it is starting to look brown now because of the frost, and my daughter was picking the flowers. But if you do have bee balm, I would say cut some now and dry it. And then right behind is comfrey. Now comfrey leaves do not last well through the winter. These are kind of protected by the side of the house here and some of the other plants, and they kind of like regain form, but in the night with the frost they get very limp looking. This is a plant I would want to also cut right now. Back here I have lemon balm, and the lemon balm looks fabulous. And this plant, I'm going to transplant some into a small pot and cut a little bit back to dry inside. But if you have lemon balm, you might be able to enjoy it for a number of months yet, especially if you put some leaves or even a tarp on top of them. When I say tarp, I really mean like a linen blanket or something, some kind of like blanketing protective covering. I usually don't do that. Some spots I might kind of pile up the leaves, but this particular one I'm going to just enjoy while I can. Now, I live in eastern Pennsylvania, so I don't know what plant zone that is. I'm ignorant to that, but just giving you an idea, we do have pretty cold winters. Here's some more lemon balm. It does kind of like get a darkened color when the frost comes. It doesn't look as bright light green, or not light green, like lemony green after the frost hits it, but it still is very delicious and very viable for enjoying as an herb. Now I'm gonna come under here. The plants that come up first are the ones that hang around the longest, and this is yarrow. I don't have flowers on here, but the leaves are still here in this pot, and depending on how many warm days we get, we might see some of the flowers. The leaves can be cut and dried, and the powder is useful for some tooth pain, but more specifically stopping blood. If you have a cut or a little wound, you can use the powder. You can breathe in some of the powder if you have a nose bleed to help stop the bleeding. Right here I have this golden yellow flower. This is garden Coreopsis, part of the daisy family, and I plant this for bees and butterflies. And if you are working with chakras, this is very good for the solar plexus, like opening up that energy right in the digestive area. I just bent that stem because the stems are a little delicate right now because of when the cold hit, but they still look pretty good. I would probably cut these and dry them and just keep them inside in my space, because what I'm doing right now is bringing plants in, either dried or ones that I can transplant to make like beautiful plant spaces in the house through the cold winter months. Okay. This is actually a turmeric plant that I planted 2 years ago, and it took a while to really establish itself, and the leaves are starting to brown and wilt. This plant should not be outside with the cold. It is more of a tropical plant, but I just want to get in here and try to see some of the tubers. I am going to split this. Let's see if I can do this. I'll have to press pause and replant it and bring it inside. So I just split off a piece of the turmeric, and I'm gonna try that turmeric. And this here I'm putting in this pot, and I'm gonna cover it with soil and put this on my sun porch and trim off the leaves here. All right, I just went up to my garden, and my sage looks really great right now. And sage will last through frosty times, and I dug up one little sprig that had some roots, and I transplanted it into this pot, and I'm going to take it inside. And I just want to let you know that whenever you take plants inside to outside or outside to inside, they go through a period of stress where they look like they might be dying or have died. And it's just best to kind of like hold on to the plant, see what happens, give it some time, even months. I've had plants like, you think they're totally dead, come back in the springtime. So don't write your plant off just because it might temporarily look stressed. And I have a lot of noisy kids in the background. So right now I'm at my peppermint patch. Well, actually I have a number of them, because peppermint spreads and grows so easily. It's like one of the best plants to begin with if you're not used to working with plants. It's so easy to transplant. And what I mean by transplant is dig up a piece of the plant, make sure you have the little hairy roots, put it in some soil, and let it grow. Some plants really have a hard time transplanting. I tried transplanting nettles a couple times with no success, but peppermint, like, I've never had one fail that I transplanted. So I'm going to show you. So the peppermint looks fabulous right now. It loves cold weather. And to be honest, I don't think I ever grew it inside, but I'm taking this course right now, which is cultivating some more of the earth energy in my life, even though I seem to have a lot. And one thing is to really tend for the plants you have, and add new ones to your indoor environment. So I am just going to put some of this, a lot of this is mulch, but even like peppermint grows well in whatever. But the better the soil, the better the plant. Pretty much I've added a scoop or two of the soil. Just put the peppermint piece inside, cover up the roots, and I know I'm doing this one-handed. Add more mulchy soil, press it down, and it's a nice day, so my kids are outside making a lot of noise. All right, so I'm just pushing this down around. That's transplanting. And this plant will probably barely look stressed at all, because peppermint is just super resilient. I'm going to take this inside. It needs partial sun. It doesn't need full sun. In fact, it's a little bit better in a cooler spot. So probably won't put it right at my window.